All right, the in-your-face sexual depravity showcased at the LGBTQ plus Pride celebrations acts as a mirror for the rest of us. It's a reflection of the culture Christian heterosexuals built, tolerated, and or enjoyed the last 60 years. We allowed the centering of our sexuality in all aspects of American television, music, cinema, art, and culture. We sold hamburgers, magazines, cars, football, and everything else with sex. We giggled when Carl's Jr. decorated cheeseburgers with scantily clad supermodels. We dined at Hooters. We danced to Too Short's Freaky Tales, Naughty by Nature's OPP, and Two Lives Cruise. We want some. We love Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, the Cowboys cheerleaders, and Charlie's Angels. What do we always say? Sex sells. So it's disingenuous and naive to be shocked that, given the opportunity and leverage, the gay movement is selling its lifestyle with sex. They're simply mirroring the behavior of the formerly dominant culture. We made Pride Month and all the debauchery and grooming that comes with it inevitable. Like all problems, the solutions start with the Christian man or woman in the mirror. I had this epiphany this weekend while perusing Twitter and drinking in the disgusted tweets featuring videos of child-friendly debauchery at pride parades. Conservatives are growing brands and social media platforms highlighting drag queen story hours, LGBTQ teachers, grooming children, and the nonsensical ramblings of the identity confused. I'm gonna show you 3 different videos that kind of demonstrate, what I'm talking about, these social media platforms that are showcasing this stuff and building a following by showcasing what the LGBT movement are doing. I believe the first one is a group at a pride parade in Washington, D.C., and all these videos, these 3 are all from the Pride Parade in DC, where a reporter is interviewing people about their identity and what they identify as.
I'm gay.
Yeah. What age did you know that you were gay?
I think at like 10 I knew that I think at 10, but I wasn't clear on my gender.
Yeah, I think it was around like 10 as well when I started questioning if I was bi, and then since then it was kind of like a slippery slope because I was like, am I bi, omni, lesbian, and then I kind of like came to the point, and then now recently I've been like, am I pan, but then I think now I'm starting to realize that I'm queer. But yeah, it started around 10. It wasn't like fully formed, but I guess like that's when I realized, wait, that's a possibility. Yeah, I am genderqueer, transmasc, and queer.
What's transmasc?
Transmasc is like people under the non-binary umbrella identifying like or presenting masc.
Masculine?
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm trans and my sexuality is unlabeled. I use he, him pronouns.
Yeah, and I use he, they pronouns.
Tell us what you guys identify as. We're asking everyone here today.
Gay. Gay, cis, what is it? Cisgender male. There we go.
I don't know. Gender neutral or gender fluid. I think that's what they said. I don't know. I'm confused.
So you identify as gender fluid?
I don't know.
Pronouns.
She, her, it. I feel like honestly, it should not be a bad thing. Like I've talked to people who go with they and them. And I'm like, well, in the grammar of things, how would you want to represent yourself? I was like, I guess it, because it's like you're it, you're the it. Like it shouldn't be a bad name. It should just be owned.
Gay. Yes. Yes, I love.
You identify as he, she, her,
She.
Pronouns are he, him, sometimes use they. I don't give a shit.
I guess you could call me gay. I'm homoflexible, really. I do like some women, but mostly men.
I'm gonna show you more because I want us to fully understand what we have wrought with our own behavior. And so I think this next video is adults explaining why kids need to be at these pride parades.
I noticed there's a lot of kids in attendance here this year. Are there always this many kids? And also, do you think it's a good thing?
Absolutely, and it is a great thing because I feel like making sure that children are aware of what is around them is important, you know? Just because you are around certain things doesn't mean that you're going to be persuaded to be a part of things, but you should be aware of the other type of people that live around you. And if you're not capable, you know, it's a developmental problem, and this is how we fix that problem.
And for some of the kids who maybe saw some nudity here, maybe saw some twerking, what do you think about that?
Sometimes when you grow up, you see some nudity. Do you understand that? It helps you to understand who you are. Sometimes you're gonna see some twerking.
I absolutely love it. I work at a Montessori daycare, and we are very open sexuality based with our children. We have several children that are non-binary, very queer, and it's just a beautiful community, so I love to see it here as well.
They get the chance to see such a diverse culture. They get the chance to be open to whatever their body or their mind is telling themselves. They get to learn that at such a young age, and I love that for them.
A lot of people like that are claim to not be homophobic say that like they shouldn't get their kids involved. They shouldn't get kids involved with this type of stuff. But I think that like it should be adding little kids to it. It kind of helps normalize pride.
I am so excited for our future because I know that it's going to be way more open and like accepting, and I'm really like happy that I see children here all the time.
I think that need to be showed from when they're young to be accepting of stuff. So
I think it's a good thing. Honestly, I feel like your kids should understand that it is actually okay to be who you want to be at your age. And it gives you that time through puberty to understand if you're not that person.
I don't really have an opinion either way. Kids need to know these identities exist, and I haven't seen anything I'd say that's outrageously inappropriate today.
You know, because at the end of that second one, we saw the third one, so I'm not going to show the third video because there was a separate video just showing what the guy was doing at the end, and that there were kids, coming in right behind that naked guy with the breast or whatever that was twerking on the police officer and ran the police officer off. I mean, this weekend I asked myself, why are gay people behaving this way? Why does it seem like their life mission is to shove their sexuality down all of our throats? The answer struck me while I was watching the movie Killer Joe, a 2012 drama featuring Matthew McConaughey and Juno Temple. For the past month, Amazon Prime has been recommending the movie to me based on my viewing history. McConaughey plays the role of a Dallas cop who moonlights as a hitman for hire. He's contracted by a drug dealer who wants his mother killed. The drug dealer offers Killer Joe his virginal little sister, Juno Temple, as the down payment on the murder. This movie was filmed in 2010 when Juno Temple was 20 and Matthew McConaughey was 40. In the movie, Temple looks 15 or 16. 42 minutes into the movie, I stopped the movie as Temple stripped naked for McConaughey. I was uncomfortable. The movie was soft porn, a darker, more sexually explicit version of Kevin Spacey's American Beauty. Amazon recommended Killer Joe to me based on what I have previously watched. This says something about my taste in cinema and television. So I reviewed what I watched. I like dark crime dramas. The movies I watch the most are The Godfathers, Scarface, JFK. The TV shows I watch the most are The Sopranos, The Wire, The Shield, Game of Thrones, and Billions. I like crime, corruption, and sex. Amazon recommended that I watch crime, corruption, and sex. It fed me what I like. It's criminal, or it should be, that adults are taking kids to drag shows. It's corrupt that teachers see it as their responsibility to teach kids about gender and sexuality. It's sad that we've created a society that justifies criminality and corruption with sex. The LGBTQ crowd is mirroring an extreme version of the dominant culture's behavior. They're not doing anything we haven't done. Late last week, the delivery service Postmates released a Pride commercial with a food menu that is bottom friendly, meaning the food options are sodomy friendly. Postmates tweeted this with the commercial: "You shouldn't miss a good meal for a good time. That's why this Pride we've teamed up with Dr. Evan Goldstein and Rob Anderson to create the world's first bottom-friendly menu." Yep, it's real. Eat with pride. I can't adequately describe the commercial. You have to watch it for yourself. So let's watch the Postmates commercial.
What are you eating this Pride? Well, if you're a top, it seems like you can eat whatever you want. But if you're a bottom, you're expected to starve? Not this Pride. Introducing the bottom-friendly menu from Postmates. We teamed up with Dr. Evan Goldstein from Bespoke Surgical to bring you a menu of bottom-friendly foods backed by science. Insoluble fiber won't help you feel cute, so avoid things like whole grains, wheat bran, cauliflower, potatoes, legumes. Hold up, are you just fully diving into those beans? The problem with these foods is they don't dissolve in water, which could cause a traffic jam in your digestive system, making a mess of your evening. Speaking of messy, it's a good idea to avoid dairy.
I cannot handle lactose right now. Look at her.
If you're going to eat something insoluble, give your body about 24 hours to process all of it. Soluble fibers and protein are the key to having some good, clean fun. These all digest easily and slowly while feeding your good gut bacteria, which makes sushi a great bottom-friendly option. There's no right or wrong way to bottom, but if you're planning on getting peachy this Pride, the bottom-friendly menu on Postmates has the kinds of foods that could keep you feeling good.
Are you organic?
I get it. I understand why you're repulsed watching the commercial. I certainly was when I originally saw it. But we have mainstreamed immorality. Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre headlined the Super Bowl halftime show. Snoop is a confessed pimp. Snoop, Dre, and Eminem specialize in making lyrical pornography. Their music targets kids. No one should be surprised that Lil Nas X and Cardi B are the next iteration of Snoop and Dre. Gay Pride is the next iteration of Playboy magazine. Let me make one more analogy. Gay Pride is January 6th. All of America watched the 2020 St. George Floyd riots. We watched cities burned, stores looted, and cops killed while corporate media justified the chaos and mayhem. A counter-protest was inevitable. For decades, popular culture and corporate media have celebrated heterosexual depravity. A counter-protest was inevitable. We're the George Floyd riots. Gay Pride is MAGA. Make America gay again.